All right. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be covering just what's coming up with Chapter 2 of Age of War. Big highlights for this stream and for this update, and what we're going to be covering today are the updated purge system, which I think a lot of people are really excited about. It's like the headline feature for this chapter. A major rework, or I guess just a retooling of loot that you can find throughout the world. Some combat changes, including you're no longer locked into your animations as much when you're attacking enemies. And of course, a treasure trove, a slew of new bazaar and battle pass items that will all be showing off, including new building sets, new costumes, the whole nine. So
let's get into it.
Stay tuned. So we're going to try to get through as much as we can for the new content up front. And then towards the end of the stream, we're going to, depending on if we have time, we're going to open that up for some Q&A with Dennis. Dennis is a very busy designer and has another a very important thing to get to right after the stream. So we're going to have to be on schedule today. And then before we actually just jump into like talking about new content, though, there are a couple things I just wanted to go over and acknowledge. So, let's see. So yeah, we wanted to take a moment to acknowledge some of the like really hot button issues that people have been talking about, that comments we've been seeing on social media, on the forums from y'all. Two really hot topics that we see a lot of you bring up are like I guess commonly called to just invisible creatures. That's something that we're aware of, as well as there's like an area in I think the south of Isla Sipta that causes like a client crash. So both of those issues are acutely well known, and the aim is to have those issues resolved when this update goes live. So thank you for your patience. Yeah. Sorry, turning down the music a little bit more. Sorry about that. If it's still too loud, let me know. Sorry, still working out some kinks. We have a brand new setup, so.
Yeah, we have new mics, new cameras, new monitors, lights. It's really fancy in here now.
Same amount of stress though, so I'm a little bit sweaty. Sorry.
Same old Andy too.
Yeah, same old Andy. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did not get a new Andy.
For better or for worse. Yep, you're all stuck with me. Yeah. So we know that the invisible stuff is not just on Sipta. Like the crash is on Sipta, but the invisible animals is happening on both maps. We know why a lot of that stuff's happening. Again, we have fixes should be deployed when this update goes live as well. So hopefully that's good news for folks that are really affected by it. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. So yeah, and I guess we're going to be doing a bunch of in-game demonstrations of these new features. And also, you all should be aware that this is all available now on the public beta client as well, live now on Steam. All you got to do is download the Conan Exiles public beta client as a separate like entry in your library.
Separate product.
Yeah, it's just a separate SKU. So you just download that, and you can try out the new update. So let us know. Okay, taking a breath. Quick breath out, wiping some steam off my brow. Okay.
Why are you sweating? You better have some content for us.
Or Dennis, do you have anything that you'd like to start us off with, or like any opening remarks?
I hadn't planned any, but I can. Yeah. So we've seen like a lot of feedback and a lot of reactions to the last chapter, and we knew going into it that there was going to be like just generally a lot less new stuff to do in chapter 1. The really big feature was that we added the treasure hoard, and it's kind of geared a lot more toward builders and decorators, and it doesn't necessarily work for every type of player. But now that we're entering the second chapter of the Age of the War, that setup is going to pay off. So getting into this chapter, the big thing that we've added is the Purge, and we hope that the Purge really appeals to most types of players, and it's really intended to be a very replayable, kind of like short interaction time system as well. So we'll talk about it more as we get through here, but really when I step back and look at Exiles, there's nothing that you could really like you could never log in and do something really fast. Everything was like, oh, well, I need to prepare for this thing I'm going to do next week or tomorrow. and you would spend an hour or a couple hours preparing for something else you're going to do. So we wanted to take that opportunity to make the purge something that you could like have some stuff prepared, and then you log in and you've only got 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, just run a quick purge real quick. So if you want to do one purge, you can just do one and log out and go back to your business. If you have time to play, or you want to get your friends together and, you know, all gather around the treasure and fight off some Stygians, you could do purge after purge after purge. And each time you do those purges, you'll get some rewards that'll kind of help push you up to the next difficulty level of purge. So there's going to be a little bit of progression in there as well, along with some rewards that come with it. So the whole system is really just meant to be replayable and fun stuff.
I hope so.
Yeah, the main thing I'm excited for, both like as myself as a player and also for other players to experience, is that it's just a fully opt-in system now, instead of it being like, oh no, will I be purged randomly? Like now it's like 100% like you have full control of like when you want to get attacked. So it's like yeah, just like pocket encounters, like a little pocket horde defense kind of thing.
This is so wild too, because in chapter 1 when we did the stream, I put the information out there that we were making it an opt-in system. So you wouldn't need to be afraid of your base getting destroyed or anything if you weren't asking for it. And what's so funny is in the past like 2 weeks, I have seen more posts about the Purge on Reddit than I have ever seen about the Purge in the history of Exile's lifespan. So it's funny that it seems like there's a lot of new players coming in and kind of interacting with or being afraid of that system. And now, whenever we push these changes out live, it'll just be another system that you can kind of stumble into and find another corner of the game that you might find very enjoyable and replayable.
All right, let's get into some shit. Come on.
Yes. So, and reading a quick comment in chat, Motherfucker, like they can be disabled. So like it's 100% opt-in. Like that means it's 100% consensual. Like you will only be purged. Like your base can only be purged if you willingly activate it, which we'll show you how to do. But yeah, it is 100% in your control now as the player, as the base owner, as like, you know, the treasure hoarder, I guess. But we'll get that into it. Say, actually, you know what? Let's just jump into live gameplay and actually show how that works. Yeah. So I'm going to swap over here.
So I'm going to do the sweet reveal of our base that our excellent friend in marketing, Toragel, has put together.
Yes. Thank you, Toragel. Much appreciated.
You guys will get a little preview of the new building set.
Swap my camera.
Catching, what we're putting down here.
Yeah, and just as a quick disclaimer, you can see it in the corner here as well, but this is all like a pre-release build. I think this is roughly the same build that should be available on public beta right now. And so you might see a couple little glitches here and there. Again, we're probably aware of it. It's probably got a Jira in it somewhere. So yeah, please excuse any dust or like anything like wonky that might happen here.
We've got some clan members joining us today as well, and a row of decked out defenders here for us to, practice the purge with or go through some purge waves. So we actually have a more put together treasure room over here. But this one, and I'll just show this first. So this one has a ton of treasure in it. Someone has spent a lot of time picking up.
This looks really good.
Making piles and bringing treasure chests back and stuff.
Yeah, so what we have here on display, just to show off some of the new goodies that are coming with the update. So we have a full new building set, a Stygian pyramid themed set with foundations, pillars.
Oh yeah, this looks sick.
Different types of like different gradient slopes.
Yeah, you can see there's 2 slopes there.
Yeah, there's different.
Man, comment down below if you guys are excited to fucking start building this.
Sides, so that way you don't get so you can rotate them as you'd like. So that way you don't get like repetitive. That way, like your wall decorations, like don't look repetitive. You can avoid that. One of the other placeables that we have also coming up is like a medium bookshelf that can be attached to the wall. Actually, we have it on the little side room there.
Is it?
It's on the other side. Sorry, go behind. That way, yeah. And then hang a left at the elephants.
Oh yeah, we also have elephants.
Oh yeah.
I know that everyone's going to get really excited, but the elephants are not a mount. They are a follower.
Well, why the hell
We
not?
did have a mount lined up for this chapter, but I believe that did get pushed off to the next chapter. So, unfortunately, you'll have to wait a bit longer for that.
Killing me.
The bookshelves.
Thought it was gonna be camel.
Oh, the snake.
We're very excited about the snake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are bookshelves. They attach to the wall, but they have they cycle through a bunch of different styles, which you can see like in the placement preview.
See if I can
You have a
get them down.
wall, right?
Oh. This one?
No, go copy the bookshelf.
Oh, that was a pretty cool
Yeah.
statue.
So yeah, then when you go to the placement preview, like you'll see, it cycles. It's a little.
Having trouble getting it placed right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like there's like 4 different styles of the bookshelf, so that way again, like it will randomly like place one depending on, as you place them out. So that way, like, again, it doesn't look repetitive. It looks like a full like library. We just want to make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and mess with your gold stuff if you want to, while we like talk about things. So yeah, right now we're setting up for like, we're going to be showing a couple examples of purges. We have.
Hell yeah.
We'll start with like a low level purge, and then we're going to kick it up several notches and go with a maximum difficulty purge, and just see how we fare with that.
Yeah, I'm just going to be the cameraman here. Like I said, we've got a couple clan members and thralls here to fight for a little while. We'll see how long they last. I hope that all of our clan members have placed bedrolls as well, or beds.
Oh yeah, that's a very good call, actually.
They have a minute to do that if they have not done that yet. So I'm going to show you guys the process of just going through a purge as well. So the treasure coffer, like now, will unlock at level 20. So once you learn to make it, you can just put it down where you want the purge to be targeted. The purge will always come after your treasure. They are no longer here to just destroy your buildings. Some building destruction may happen. However, their main goal is to take the money away that you've put in the chest. So we're going to need some money. We'll just use some gold coins to make it quick.
Hey, if you're liking the video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm definitely going to be messing around with the new purge system, so just prepared for some videos to come out about that.
Pop up like this. So there's kind of 2 new sections. First, it'll tell you how much money is in your coffer, and it'll tell you how threatening the purge will be if you choose to do a purge. So we'll stick all our gold coins in the chest, and you'll now see that the purge is available, and it's threat level 3. I think I need to take out like 2,000 coins or maybe 1,000. Yeah, so now we're at threat level 2, and that goes up to 10 right now. We might make it scale higher later. We're not really sure. We kind of need to get some of that testing in on the beta server and see how everyone fares.
Dude, I hope they send like
and how we need to rebalance
frost giants and all kinds of shit at you when they get harder.
Now, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. We've been doing a lot of like play testing internally to try to get like squash bugs and identify like stuff, but also like get the feel for it. Like, we're fighting a horde of dudes. Like, is it fun? Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
so.
we've been testing the purge together multiple times a week, and every time something new comes together, it's like a totally different experience. Mm-hmm. So before I start the purge too, I'm going to give a couple little like disclaimers. The first is that when we intended to launch this chapter, initially we were going to have a lot of siege equipment attacking you. Like we wanted to have a lot of different varied types of attacks that will come and knock stuff down. We do still have various different compositions in the waves, and there will be certain random events that happen. So one that you're likely to see is like a prisoner wave, where a lot of like really poorly geared, ill-equipped enemies will come, and they are more like a Zergling rush of enemies than well-trained fighters. And the idea is
I like the
StarCraft
StarCraft
the Stygians have accrued as they've
example
through the exiled lands. So we do have varied waves like that, but the enemy base won't be spawning siege equipment yet. We are planning to release that in Chapter 3. So what you get right here isn't where the purge ends. We are going to continue working on the feature into the next chapter and release more content with it in Chapter 3. But the mechanics are here in Chapter 1. So that being said, you've got your coffer, you've got your money, you've got some walls and some guys to defend it. What we're going to do now is proclaim our wealth to the world. And when you do that, you'll get some feedback. And it's going to tell you, if you do this, the Stygian army is going to come to your door. So our defenses are ready. Let's just let it go. And immediately what you'll see is that the status changed to scouting on this page. This will go through a couple different states. And if for some reason the purge can't start, it'll give you feedback and tell you what is wrong. So for anyone that's worried about like, what if I build my base in some place that the purge can't attack me or the enemy's going to spawn inside?
Oh, shit.
No, it just will tell you that we cannot do the purge because of the position, and you need to mix up your base a little bit in order to get it back. So Now, as the Purge is scouting, what it's doing in the back end is looking for a place to put a new base for the Stygians to attack from. Momentarily here, we should see a forward operating base spawn.
Oh, wow.
And there will be some spawners for enemies to come out of there. There will be cages and loot.
That's so cool.
And all that stuff will just come out of the camp and attack the base. So now we already have our first waves of enemies coming in. They will try to beat down and get through the doors if there are doors that they can't pass through. But they're kind of trying to find a path through doorways to get to where they need to get to. And one other disclaimer. In this build,
I like how it's just like
too many of the
it starts right away.
And if you see these Stygians that have like the old Metcamosis Stygian kind of religious
and I'm not
stuff
fucking
on,
around.
those are demolishers. And whenever they get to the door, they will pull out a battering ram. And now
Oh
they're gonna take a
shit,
few
battering
whacks at
ram?
the door
Hell
and try
yeah.
to knock the door down to get through it. Unless they get stunned. If you actually hit them, they won't be able to get through. And because this is a level 2 purge, threat level 2, and our team here is pretty geared up, they're just going to start mowing these guys down. It's going to be a little harder for them to get through to the end, especially when we've got those berserkers in Godbreaker waiting on the other side. But if you don't pay attention and they do get through, they'll actually come to the chest and take the coins out of the chest and then try to carry the treasure back to their base. If you
That's cool.
stop them, like you
Hell
interrupt
yeah.
them, if you deal some damage to them, they'll drop it and try to fight back. So you have a chance to pick it up and take it back.
Yeah, some folks in chat are noting the door went down pretty fast.
Oh, yes.
The demolishers are no joke. Like they're like basically like melee siege specials with a bunch of extra health. So like they're a little slower once they have their battering ram out, but like they can knock down tier 1 foundations and tier 1 stuff like within like 2 hits.
Yeah, and you'll see some behavior and stuff like that we're still working on in the server, on this build. I believe this is also an EU server, so we probably actually have a little bit higher latency.
This should be an
NC
NC playtest server.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then never mind that. Another change to the purge is like we'll be able to run multiple purges on any server right now. So currently on live, you can only have one purge active at a time. It wouldn't be possible for 2 to be run at once, but we've lifted that restriction so people can do purges at their own bases simultaneously on the same server.
There's a quick question about purge location. Can you enable a purge by like Noob River?
You can do the purge anywhere now. There's no restriction. It's wherever you want it to be. Because you're asking for it to come to you, you can put it wherever you want. And that's kind of a similar thing I should also mention is that they don't spawn different types of purge based on where you are now. It's just randomized whenever the purge starts. So if you're going after like a certain kind of foe or something, it'll be randomized. But we did make an effort to make sure that all of the unique like named thralls that you could get previously from the old purge, you can still get from the new one. And some of them will come in waves and some of them will come in cages at the end as well. The purges are Stygians at their core, and that's like the framework for the purge. The whole idea is that the Stygian army is moving through the exiled lands, and along the way they collect some people as well. So they might have some Aesir that come in, or Nordheimers that fight by their side. They might have those prisoners that they took. They might have Catan with them, things like that. Just kind of stragglers that they've picked up along the way. But at their core, it's always Stygian. The further and further you go into difficulty, the more Stygian it becomes, actually. So in the very beginning, it's less Stygians. There's a rule for design in Exiles that there are no levels. So a Stygian fighter is a Stygian fighter. And we have to have less of them in the early waves because they would utterly demolish you. They just have too much health and deal too much damage. So we did a little bit of magic with their weapons to try to make them scale a little better so it's a little more friendly at the lower levels. And now here, this is essentially signaling the finale where the commander will come out of the tent. There's a unique NPC here, and he still has waves that come with him as well. And once that character comes out, I'm just realizing that pop-up has the wrong text, but once that character comes out, the Hand of War, it's a 2-skull boss. You fight him, get some extra loot from him, and then you can start to pillage this camp.
Sweet.
Monsters or animals in the Purge is an option for us. I don't think that we have any coming out with it right now, but they should be a lot less in general. Like, I think we actually might have like the beast. There's like a Beastmaster or Houndmaster character that has one of the special encounters that can occur is that they spawn and have a lot of like wolves that will fight with them. So they'll come, but it won't be like a full on like alligator purge or anything like that. It's all kind of smaller encounters alongside that Stygian skeleton.
One of the other questions that I saw just really quick was, what if I make a base with no doors? Well, the purge is like, what they want is your treasure, and they'll take the quickest path to your treasure. So like, if you don't have doors, they'll just go through the doorways and try to make a beeline towards your coffer, basically, to then steal treasure and then try to loot it and then walk back to the forward operating base here with your loot.
Here's a little loot preview as well, some of the stuff that's in here. And we'll talk more about the loot a little bit later as well, but we've done a really big update to the distribution of loot. So the things that you find are more appropriate for the things that you're defeating or interacting with or looting. It's typically more aimed at their culture or the equipment that they actually have on, things like that.
Yeah, and then we'll go more into overall loot stuff in a bit later this stream as well.
The loot in the end here is kind of intended to help you kind of try to recover a little bit from any damage that might have been done. It might have some food in it for you to be able to feed your thralls, so you've got some easier upkeep on them. It has some equipment. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can get just from the purge that will help you keep purging again. Yeah, but the thing Andy just asked about too, if there's no doors, one of the points of feedback that you'll get is that there's no path to the coffer. So you do actually have to have a set of doorways that can be, you can actually have led to the coffer that you could follow that path and get there. Otherwise, the purge will pull out.
Yeah, if it's blocked completely, then yeah, they'll just be like, we can't get to it.
People are also asking, like, during the purge, like, oh, what if I just remove the doors and build a wall instead? Like, can't I just do that?
It'll cancel. Yeah. And it'll tell you too. It'll say that there's no path to the coffer. And similarly, like, if something happens and the siege enemies happen to destroy the path for some reason, because there will be multiple types of siege enemies later on, and right now the Demolisher, when they get to the chest, they don't loot stuff, they just start smashing. If they destroy the path and they can't reach the chest, it will also pull out and say that they can't get to the loot anymore.
And yeah, the purge doesn't like elevators. You have to have a grounded base. Like none of your like crazy sky bases will be purgeable, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, and like I see some comments here like what if I do this? What if I do that? Like you can if you want. Like you're just kind of. I guess it's like if you want to cancel the purge early, you can. It's just you're shortchanging yourself of the rewards, I guess. So like. Yeah, like if you want to block a doorway or just like put up a bunch of stuff to prevent them from coming after you, yeah, I mean you can't build during a purge anyway. But like if you block the entranceway and the purge cancels, yeah, we're okay with that.
And here we happen to get one of currently the only unique NPC coming in the end of the Age of War Chapter 2 as well. Whenever you free these followers from cages, so. Just to backtrack a little bit, when you kill that character, that Hand of War that has keys, he has keys on his chest called Commander's Keys, and you can use that to loot all the stuff that's in this camp. So you need a key to open the chest. You need a key to open the cages. And one of the thrallers, one of the followers you can release is Iskar the Sellsword. And we've actually made an entirely new trade system for this as well. So this character is a mercenary. They have resources that you can use to fuel your war machine more. So you can take some of that gold you had, bring it back to this character, and buy some more stuff to keep pushing forward. And there's a lot of siege-oriented stuff in here. We're still working on this stuff as well too. So some stuff might get removed or added in the process. But it also brings us to this new mechanic, the mercenary banners, and I'll just get like one of these out because they're all kind of the same. But in the trade menu, you can see what something costs and how much you have. We've set this up in such a way that you could add any item to that to be the requirement to trade. So if I wanted that to cost hearts of a hero to trade, it could cost 10 hearts of a hero. If we wanted it to be glowing goop, we could put glowing goop in there, whatever. But after you trade for that thing, you get the item in your inventory. And this is something that is made to be used with the purge. So if you are having trouble pushing into those higher difficulties of the purge, and you've got a lot of followers and you've got friends and you're having trouble getting up in the difficulty in waves and you want to go higher, one of the options is to buy these banners. And when you place one of these banners down, it will give you additional fighters that will fight until they run out of health or until some period of time expires. And you can place those pretty much anywhere on land claim is the idea. So more guys to fight in your war. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dismantle this guy. And I'm going to go start another purge that's the higher level one. So our clan here is going to have a harder time beating through this. Yeah. No,
they're lovely thrallowers. I see chat picking up on that. Yeah.
They will not interfere with the thrall cap. I believe that you should be able to just spawn them no matter what. So here we'll proclaim our wealth to the world again and get another purge.
Oh, and then for a point of reference, also threat level X or 10 is the current maximum level that the purge supports.
Yeah, if you don't have any treasure or never put a chest down, you'll never get a purge. That little dialogue system I just went through, you have to do that to start the purge. Otherwise, it will never come for your base.
And then the camps themselves are built dynamically based on your base location, or more accurately, your coffer location, I guess. So it shouldn't really matter where geographically in the map or which map you're on. Like, it'll just try to pick a valid location near your base and then start sending enemies that way. There might be a couple select locations where a base might not want to spawn, even if it seems like flat land, and those are areas that we're trying to identify during the beta period, so please let us know. I've heard, stuff like the aqueducts, for example, or weird no-build areas could cause things, so we just want to make sure that stuff's all working. So please let us know, but otherwise, yeah, it's all dynamic.
Yeah, there's no current banner cap, but there is an exclusion radius on them, similar to like a religious altar, so you can't put too many of them too close together.
Sweet.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Well,
people are asking if you can knock these guys out or if you have to.
Oh, are they thrallable?
They are thrallable.
They are thrallable.
Yep.
Every single. Is there a limit to which ones you can or can't thrall, or just all of them?
It's the same as the old purge.
Nice.
You could knock out anyone from it you wanted to.
That's awesome.
Neat.
I guess the commander probably can't be thralled. I think that would be the only restriction. That boss character at the end. We've got a guy going for the door here.
Ooh, show off the cauldron.
Oh yeah, there's new cauldrons. So here, I guess we have fire cauldrons here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fire and oil cauldrons. It's going to be hard for me to hit because our crosshair's turned off.
Oh, you can go zoom in if you want to, I guess, and try. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Got some new defenses. We also have a new way that you can place guards at doorways, and I'll show you guys that after this as well. We're working on some more stuff too in the next chapter. We're almost done with the thing that'll let you place archers essentially as turrets. So when you put them down, they will not move from where they're at. They will just shoot their arrows. But again, not in chapter 2. That will come later.
Yeah, that's going to be a really nice quality of life update also, yeah, because getting archers that don't just like frolic off to try to fight something off in the distance, yeah.
We've lost a buddy.
Oh, no. No! My goon. Goon A, no. My guy. I loved him.
One of the big things we're working on in the beta period, too, is that some stuff right now is getting stuck in walls like this. Like they get knocked into it, and then they fail to act. So you'd have to open the doors or have the doors destroyed for him to be able to go further. But that's a thing that we're actively working on.
Yeah, people will be excited for that. So yeah, the update itself is currently in beta testing right now on the public beta. I posted the patch notes in chat right now. If you want to play on the public beta, all you got to do is open your Steam client and go look for Conan Exiles public beta. And it's just like a separate install that you make, basically just like installing the game a second time, and then you can that'll give you direct access to the new build. And you can play from there, and then you can hit us up on the forums and let us know what your feedback is, what your thoughts are. Leave any bugs. I have to make some updates to the forums actually to try and split up public test comments and also patch or bug reports. But I'll see if I can do that this week.
They got through wave 1, but there have certainly been some casualties.
Yeah, I know, my guy. So yeah, this is a level 10 purge. A lot of dudes come. So
wow, yeah, they're
not only are there just like regular
full armor and weapons,
regular dudes with
beating ass,
various weapons. There's waves of pikemen, like Khitan headhunters come at you. I think there's the aforementioned prisoner rush where they're just like, it's just a bunch of fodder just like rushes your base, and it's awesome to just like cut swaths through them. So that's a lot of fun. And of course the bosses and the demolishers come through too. But it's quite a few waves, and a lot of enemies pop up, and they hit pretty hard, especially the pikemen, because they have they call it hit stun, and so you can get cornered really easily if you're not careful. That's a lot of pikes.
Here comes a big ass snake.
Here comes the snake.
There's the snake. Yeah. Someone is asking fervently in chat, like, "Oh my God, is the snake a pet?"
The snake is a pet.
Yes, it is a pet. Yep. Mm-hmm. What's the benefit of a higher level purge? Well, it's the challenge. Like, some people want to play a game for the challenge, and so it's just more dudes that are harder to fight. And so if you want to like really test your mettle, or if you have like really good gear or some really good thralls, you just want to like hack and slash and spill some blood. That's the point. Also, the rewards are better.
Yep.
So there, yeah, like with higher level purges, like you get better rewards at the end, or like higher level like followers to rescue, and of course
there's unique items that you can only get through the purge as well.
Just the is the mercenary captain? That's not a guaranteed spawn, is it?
No, he's not guaranteed.
Okay.
It is a pretty high chance, so you'll probably see it. However, in chapter 3, there will be again another system. No Ryan Hollinger fans in here, just me. So
I don't know. I'm sorry.
There's that captain that you can rescue from the camp in chapter 3 will have another system coming that you will have a way to call them to your base at will. So I'm not going to give any details on that now. I don't think we've talked about it much yet, but that's coming in chapter 3. I don't want to get anyone confused about what's in this patch and what's not.
Very prudent. So how we doing? How's our thrallowers and our helpers doing here? Did the snake die? No, yeah. Puppy. Yeah, they're brutal.
Well, that's not all they're adding. It's just the purge. I hope there's some other things.
Those are demolishers. Yeah.
Okay, cool, gotcha.
You can tell they're a lot beefier than the other guys. So
yes.
they carry the big battery ram around. I'd like to get to the point where they always have the ram out, so you can always see that they're a guy from even far away. If there's no scale reference or anything, demolisher from far away. But yeah, our Godbreaker thralls are falling. Their defenses are waning, and the Stygians are making it to the treasure room now.
And then you can see them actually like making out with the loot. So you'll see them actually like physically, like they'll be like, yeah, we got to the loot, and then they'll start like carrying around.
Yeah.
Either bag, like they'll stuff as much gold into their bags as they can, or like if you have like a heroic treasure, for example, like the big Lemurian statues, they'll start carrying that around too.
Yeah. So these demolishers they won't steal loot. Like I said, the demolishers will just start to try to destroy stuff once they get there. So, if a normal guy gets through, he'll pick up the treasure and take it away, but the demolishers are just going to try to smash stuff. Here we go.
This update's going to be coming out like at the same time. The same day as in PC, Xbox, and PlayStation are all going to get it at the same time.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless there's like some freak unforeseen. I mean, knock on wood. Unless there's some issue like with cert or something like that prevents us from deploying on consoles. The intent is that it should release on all available platforms at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see here the demolishers are. They're just blowing shit up now. They're just in. They're having a good time. Like they're like, nah, we're not here for gold. They just want to smash stuff. Which honestly, big move. Like I really. That's my thought pattern. Just unga bunga.
The snakes fucking
Whack
them up.
asked in chat what happens if they destroy the coffer. it will cause the purge to end. So we're going to be trying to avoid it, try to make sure they don't destroy it. But you can see, like in this case, they destroyed the foundation that it was sitting on. So in about 30 seconds or so, it'll actually cancel and say that they couldn't find their way to the treasure anymore, or that the coffer was destroyed. So now the purge will pull out, but you've effectively lost at this point. You won't be able to get the loot from the camp. You've only lost.
Yeah, they'll murder the guy if given the opportunity to. So you definitely want to make sure that you keep him protected as best as you can.
Another thing that we're working on is all the characters that we're adding in this chapter are eventually going to be fully voice acted. Like, we unfortunately had an issue in our LA studio where we do voice recording where we weren't able to get people in for a week, and it made us miss the deadline. So I think that we'll probably have some voice coming out in a hot fix for all the dialogue that comes with all the new NPCs as well.
That's a bummer. Oh, well.
The guard station. Well, since we've lost our purge now, I would love to see someone carry away the treasure. Maybe our clan can start a new purge and just get rid of all of our followers and let them waltz in and carry the treasure out so we can see what it looks like. If you just get rid of all the guards and start a purge of whatever level, let them walk in, pick the treasure up, and carry it out while I show off the guard placement over here.
1 sec, sorry.
I mean, you're fine. You should open your inventory to show there's no purge meter anymore.
Oh, yeah. True. So it's just literally not there. Just took it off.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! It's gone.
Same with, any references to it that would have been relevant before, that stuff is just all gone. So this is the way the new guard stations will work. And this will be the same for the archers when they come out. You'll have a certain building type or item that you can place down, and you can kind of designate it as a point to guard for a follower. So now if we come down to this doorway, we can see there's kind of this ghost image on here.
That's pretty cool.
We can snap the follower into those ghost images. So now he will stand and guard this door, and he will only stray a certain distance from it before coming back to.
I like that feature.
And that'll kind of override like thrall nearness placement as well. So you won't have to worry about them being too close together if you've got the door frames together like that. And like I said, we have one coming for archers for that later on. I think that's like the thing I'm waiting for most, because it kind of turns the purge into a little bit more of a tower defense where you can put a big row of archers up and just, smack stuff from the bottom.
Ayo. But yeah, just to clarify, also the archer emplacement thing is not that won't be in time for shipping chapter 2.
Someone asked if they can emote in chat, so yes, they can.
Yes.
And if they get attacked, they'll exit the emote, just fight, and then come back. What else am I missing about this? Anything?
I think. Let's check the thing. I mean, basically, like the main points that we wanted to cover with like the big purge rework is that the big points are fully opt-in, no longer a random thing. You have total control over when you want to activate the purge, and then it scales up with like your coffer value, and also I think also with like number of like players in vicinity or like people who've been active in the encounter.
So there's a lot of rules in the background, but yeah, the purge will be difficult the more players you have. It will be more difficult the more followers you have as well. So if you've got a really stacked base with 10 people and a bunch of followers, it's going to spawn more enemies to try to match that up as well.
Yeah, and then then these NPCs will actually try to path all the way back to their base, and then once that's done, then
Had a bad day.
Yeah, not having a great day. Then the value is deducted from your coffer totals, and you can't recover it. But you can kill them. So like while they're walking around, they are obviously very vulnerable, and so you can like if you have the breathing room or time, like you can definitely chase after them and kill them, and then they'll drop the treasures, and then you can pick it up again. If it's just like a treasure bag that they're holding with like gold coins or gold bars, it'll go straight to your inventory. But any of like the big treasures, like the Lemurian statue or that treasure chest that you saw, will have to be manually carried back to your base.
Lance IRS.
What? Oh God, yeah. It's time to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed we didn't see it here yet, but yeah, like Andy said, if they pick up loot from inside your chest, it turns into one of those big treasure bags that we put in the teasers and stuff like that, that they carry out in their hands.
Does the purge notify the whole server or just the clan?
Just the clan. And you can, like, if you're on a PvE server and you want to do a purge with people that are in a clan but not have to join their clan, it will still continue to scale on your engagement with it. So as long as you come in and you actually participate in the purge, it will scale with you. But if you're just observing, you're not an active participant or something, it won't scale.
Do we need to move on? How are you with time?
I think we're doing fine. I mean, it's 11:40 right now, so we're running a little bit low on time. So I think it might be a good time to go over some of the additional like gameplay changes that are coming with the update, and then hopefully we can show off some of the cool visual stuff as well. And I guess like if you need to jet, then we can just like take over for a little while and like show off a couple extra things and answer questions if we need. With what time that we have, we can't stay too long, but I think we'll be fine with like running a few minutes afterward. If you're okay with that, Nicole, like if Dennis, you need to get going,
no
that's
problem
fine.
for me.
Cool.
Well, what are you showing off?
Stuff, probably, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So we have a kind of set of issues that we wanted to address with loot. The first was just that loot's kind of boring. Like when we go into camps and loot the chests in there, we're getting like a lot of plant fiber and like really boring
like
base level materials that aren't very helpful.
From like high level, like I go to the volcano.
Yeah, berries.
Like, like why do I need this?
Yeah, so that was an issue. It doesn't always make sense either. Like why does a Sumerian drop a bone club?
Mm-hmm.
And the camps on exiled lands, because they were made first, are generally a little more boring compared to the ones on Sipta. Where in Sipta you can find like an axe leaning up against a stone bench and take the axe, and that can be your weapon now. So we also had an issue with legendary chest breaking progression. So if you're really, you kill a world boss early on, you get that key from it, and then you loot it, you get some really crazy loot that you shouldn't have at a lower level. So with all that in mind, we wanted to make loot actually worthwhile. So now you can dismantle things, a lot of stuff for a higher return rate than you would have gotten previously. And raiding camps is more rewarding from the materials that you get as a result. And those materials that you get from raiding the camps is more on par with gathering them from the world using tools as well. So let me just go check. I want to make sure I hit all my bullet points. So
Yeah. No worries.
NPC drops now have a chance of dropping their actual worn equipment. So if you see a weapon or armor on a character, there's a chance it will actually drop it. Camps have better, more interesting and usable loot. So you'll never find the plant fiber or stone in a chest ever again. They'll be much more contextualized. For instance, like if you raided Darfari camp, you will get Darfari loot from those chests.
It's going to make the game a lot more interesting. That's for damn sure.
It will show the potential quality of the items inside there. So those won't be in the public beta build. If you get them today, we're still receiving those final assets still. So you'll see some shinier chests in the future. And I think it'll be included in some of our marketing material coming forth before the update as well. And various interactables can now be found in some of the camps. And like I said, it was already the case in Sipta, but now you can find those things in exiled lands as well. So if you see a neat helmet sitting on a bench, you can probably pick that helmet up and take it.
Sorry, just real quick about the purge. It works whether you're clan or solo. I saw some questions about that. Mm-hmm. And the second thing was that the value of carry treasures and place treasures has been rebalanced.
That's true. Yes, it didn't make a lot of sense to carry treasures before because of how difficult a task it was. And with this change actually coming in, a lot of the intention of the purge is that you complete the purge, and the rewards that you get can fuel the purge further. So you get stuff to do more war, right? And that includes carry treasure being dropped in that forward operating base. So whenever you get the chest that you can open, or the cages that you can open for followers, there may also be some very heavy carry treasure in that camp that will push you up toward the next tier of difficulty. And I think all of the carry treasures now are worth 5,000 gold, where before they were worth like 400, 500. And we also actually bumped the mid-tier treasure up in value as well, to kind of help you grind out those difficulty tiers a little easier. So that'll be things like the lootable objects you could find in world and put down in your chest. That kind of stuff will be worth more in general. Inventory lootable, I mean. Back to the rest of the loot, though. Dungeons have also been updated a bit to fit this new paradigm. So the loot in the dungeons is now more exciting, and the dungeons have had several tweaks in order to make them more interesting. You'll find some more optional bosses. The loot drops have been adjusted from the bosses. There are some new traps and new content to find in those dungeons as well. And
Nice.
it is different than what was there before in a lot of cases. And the intent really is for those dungeons to feel more replayable as well. New things to experience, new things to find. And a little quality of life change that we made as well is that the library of esoteric artifacts and the Void Forge no longer give you completely random recipes. They all come in order. So if you're taking those fragments to those places to unlock those recipes, you'll know what you're going to get if you happen to have a list of it, or if your friend tells you, I got this thing when I turned in my second one, you will also get that when you turn in your second one. Let's see. I'm going to jump out here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realized my screen wasn't sharing, so I could have done this the whole time.
Oh, lol. Yeah, that's funny. I guess we could have done that. Oh, well.
Yeah, okay.
It's fine.
Real quick, let's cut back in game.
Yeah.
And I want to show you guys my favorite part of the whole update. And for our clanmate friends that are nearby, maybe I should. I'm not going to wait for them. I'm going to slow the server down so I can show something, which may mess up our friends a little bit. Oh, there's victory. Excellent. Okay. So I'll just come down here and do it. And it's easiest to see with a big weapon like this. So on live right now, whenever you do an attack like this, you do that attack and you're locked in that direction. So if you want to do an attack this way and then you want to do an attack that way, it'll instantly rotate and let you switch between attacks. But this means you have to guess the trajectory of the enemy and the timing of your attack to be able to hit them whenever they're moving and you're trying to swing at a moving target, for instance. So now I'm going to slow the server down and show you what we've done in this update. Sorry, it's very hard to read. So now, whenever you do one of these attacks, you can actually hold forward and redirect and change the direction of the attack. And I cannot state, it can't be understated how much better this makes the game feel. Because now, if someone's moving in front of you, even just a little bit, you're not going to miss with that short sword attack that's very straightforward. You have the ability for a short period of time during that windup in the attack to actually change your direction. So I'll do one more slow motion one here so you can see. With most attacks, you can get about 90 degrees of rotation before that damage box becomes active. And the point where damage starts to happen is where we cut off the ability to rotate. So going back to normal speed, you'll see here, it's a very short period of time. But in that short period of time, I can definitely orient the direction of my attack a bit better.
Yeah, just being able to adjust mid swing, even just a little bit in that window is, it's really big. It's really nice.
Yeah, the way one of the designers put it, which I thought was really eloquent.
Pretty cool.
I put long short sword by accident, whatever. Was that the game just does what you want it to do now. It does what you expect it to do. So it's a lot harder to miss with attacks whenever you're playing properly. Now, if you're still missing things outright, you're not going to hit it. You still have to aim at the thing you want to hit. But now, if I start attacking this way and I want to hit my friend with a shield, I can actually, re-aim it and hit them if I am used to this mouse sensitivity. It's a little high for me. There we go.
And so I saw in chat also, target lock is still going to be a thing. If this just helps you a little bit more, for example, if you don't have a target locked enemy or need to adjust on the fly, especially in the Purge, for example, when you have tons of dudes coming at you, you may not necessarily have time to do a lot of target lock changes or anything like that. So you can just turn off target lock and then try to adjust as you need to.
If you're playing normal controls, or sorry, it's on controller style movement, but if you're playing mouse and keyboard, you have to hold forward to be able to turn that with this controller method. If you're playing with a gamepad, it'll just automatically work. because moving to face a direction automatically kind of pushes you in that direction. So it'll just always rotate toward what you're getting to.
Does this affect NPCs also?
It does, yep. Yeah, so that also means, they will have an easier time hitting you as well. We might run into some balance issues there where we need to tone some stuff down. We actually found that the undead bosses in the wine cellar were using the wrong weapon. And only when they could hit us, because we added this update, they could hit us very consistently, did we realize, because they were just doing truckloads of damage. And it was impossible to fight them. So, yeah.
Let's see.
Well, I was hoping for more content, but
This is the intricate spite armor.
Yeah, that's one of the new Battle Pass armors.
I guess for now we can
show off some of the new
mess
stuff
around
in,
with the
just a
purge.
little
But
bit. Since you're on a tight schedule and we're running out of Dennis time, I just wanted
Went
to.
by so quick.
I know, right? I just wanted to just really quick get a couple questions in from chat, and then we can let you go do what you need to do.
I should probably talk about this stuff real quick as well.
Yes. And then we'll try to collect questions, and then if we have some time for a few, we'll have Dennis answer, and then I'll try to answer whatever else we can.
I'm going to rattle off a few PvP, or not PvP, but just balance changes we made that will probably have good effect on PvP, hopefully in a positive way in a lot of situations.
let's hear it.
We reduced the effectiveness of Steel Food. Instead of being 33%, so you can only take a third of your health and damage. It's 25% now, or sorry, it was 25. Now you can die in 4 hits instead of 3, which is backwards. Sorry, this is really hard for me to read in this tiny window.
Just click on it and read it if you
Sorry. It was 25%, so you died in 4 hits. Now it's 33%, so you can die in 3. The duration of last stand has been reduced as well from 6 seconds to 3. We have added a float curve to bows, and what this means is we can reduce arrow damage over the distance they've traveled. So right now it's pretty forgiving in there, you can shoot very far with an arrow, but that's a knob that we're looking to be able to turn, is to make the bow effective range a bit lower, because right now there is no control over it. Throwing orbs detonate immediately now, so no matter if you use heavy or light, it will just blow up as soon as it hits the ground.
That's awesome.
We've added a little bit more throwing damage to javelins. It says throwing weapon on here too, but I actually can't remember if we did throwing weapons for sure, so you'll just have to check the patch notes. But the throw on a javelin should be a lot more damaging now. This is a really big one. God bubbles are gone. No more God bubbles. If you're playing on a PvP server and you need your base to be protected, you need to be there to protect it.
Oh,
if
shit.
you or your friends can't protect it, you may risk losing
Oh,
that base.
shit. No God bubbles.
The thrall, the thralls that you put up,
Wow, this is gonna mix up the meta.
The base from being destroyed. Siege damage. We took avatars and made them last 10 times longer and reduced their damage 10 times as much. So it's a lot more defensible. With the removal of god bubbles, we had to also reduce the effectiveness of the gods themselves.
I don't know about that change.
Control, so you don't have to sit in it for the full 10 minutes. And we've also made trebuchets easier to build. So instead of taking
yes,
what is it, 30
yes,
something like that right now per piece, it's 5 minutes per piece, and you can build trebuchets as a offensive weapon a lot easier. Let's see.
It's good news.
Oh my God, Basco, you silly. Sorry, I'm just reading chat a little bit right now. So yeah, I did notice a bunch of comments about what's up with the god bubbles. Let's see. Does building damage need to be enabled? Does that matter for purge stuff? Sorry.
Oh no, it'll always damage your building.
Okay.
Yeah, we added a new check-in to make sure those NPCs, if they are purging, if anyone's familiar with the dev kit, if they are purging, they can always damage buildings.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Someone else had a question in regards to can they swim?
They're the same NPCs as always.
Are there any changes to the convergence trap?
Convergence trap. I was supposed to meet with someone about that at the end of last week, but I don't think we finished talking about it. Its functionality is going to go away for sure. We're just trying to decide if we want to make it just a decoration now, or if we want to keep the effects in that it has. So there will be some change there.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
effectively, the treasurer is now your convergence trap.
I see. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Let's see if we can get a couple thingies from chat really quick. A couple questions. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's a lot coming in right now. Can players or thralls use the battering rams? I believe not.
Not in chapter 2.
Not in chapter 2. Okay, yeah.
I think that in chapter 3, we've already told everyone what's going to happen in chapter 3. So there's going to be PvE raid. And what that really means is that, you will be the purge, right? So you're not being purged. You are the purger. You'll go to a base and you'll be able to get some of that equipment similar, like from that similar NPC, the cell sword. And battering rams is the thing that you'll be able to get and knock down doors, enemy doors.
Yes, Nicole.
I've got word about the convergence trap.
Okay.
So it's just visual. The items inside of it from before the patch will be removable, but you won't be able to store anything in it. So it's just like a piece of decor.
Cosmetic. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And then how do you get the snake pet?
Sneak.
Well, there should be a base game snake now.
What?
I can't remember. I think that we might have made a reskin for that.
Yeah, well, there is a new like giant snake pet skin like in the battle pass,
Yeah,
but some folks were wondering like, how do I actually get it as a pet?
Snake eggs.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, there's snake eggs all over the place that you can pick up.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, and then let's see. So with the PV, well, okay. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. All this stuff also that we're demonstrating today, like all the purge stuff, that's all also available on SIPTA. Like
Purge
it's just
stuff, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, like that's all like map agnostic. Like
Everything we've talked about is everywhere.
yeah, it's a base game feature that everyone will have access to. You don't need to like buy the battle pass or do anything special. Like it's just going to be a base game feature for free, and it'll be available on all maps because it's just like it's tied to your base. Like it's tied to your base's location and your coffer's location, so it doesn't care as long as there's like a valid place for like the FOB, like the forward operating base to spawn. Then you'll be able to summon a purge. So like. Yeah, Exiled Land, SIPTA, whatever custom map you might be running, if you're running a modded thing, that should work.
Yeah, it's not map specific content.
Yep.
It can work anywhere. And for modders out there too, it should all be like totally moddable.
Sweet.
The content of the waves, the frequency of the waves, the difficulty of who's in them, even the forward operating base itself should be moddable. So you can change the composition of that, what's in it, what kind of rewards you get, whatever.
Sweet. Okay, I think we have time for one more question before you got a jet, and then we're going to jump into showing off some of the new cosmetics featured in the Bazaar and Battle Pass, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's see, how long will the new Purge run for? So it's just like, it's wave-based, I believe. And then like it ends when either you lose or like they can't access the coffer anymore or when the final guy dies. Right?
Yeah, there's no time restriction. It's all event restricted.
Yeah, and then it's like, I guess on average, like, do you have an estimate on like how long each like a full purge encounter will take? Like maybe like a regular group. Like
it's gonna vary a lot based on your composition. So depending on how many followers you have or how many friends you have with you, what I'm aiming for is that in like 15 to 20 minutes, you should be able to finish most purges.
Cool.
It might go a little longer than that, but they should be a pretty quick, repeatable activity that you can do just for fun, right? Like I said earlier, that's the big point, is to have something that you can just like, hey, I have 20 minutes, I'm going to go play some Exiles real quick and get something that's worthwhile out of it instead of, I've been farming iron for the past 5 hours, so I can play next week,
right?
Kind of thing.
Yep. And then I guess the other question, of course. This update is now currently available on public beta. You can download and test that out now. The full drop for Chapter 2 is currently slated for September 21st of this year. So we'll have a decently chunky beta period, and then the full release will be on the 21st of September. Okay.
Right, well, with that, I am going to bid everyone adieu.
Oops. Sorry. Get on.
And he muted me.
I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
Rude.
I'm the worst.
Anyway, thanks everyone for joining us. I look forward to answering all of your lovely questions and concerns. I know that change is scary, but we don't do things without good reasons. Just keep that in mind. All right. Have a good day, everyone. And have a great rest of your stream, Nicole and Andy.
Thanks.
Nicole, you could probably, if you wanted to, man the helm.
Come on over here.
I don't know about
no
that.
pressure.
Come on.
It's an option.
We'll see.
Otherwise, it's just going to be all Andy and frogs and chemtrails over here.
Oh God. Yes.
Careful about the lights on your way out.
Oh yeah, it's all super cramped over here. Bye. Thank you. All right, I'm going to just switch seats over here. As I mute myself, I'm still trying to get used to this whole setup here. So, bye. All right.
Oh yeah, I got it. I'll get that.
All right. So now I'm in the driver's seat. If you want to swing by here, yeah, why not? I mean, we're never stream ready, Nicole. It's fine. You know, we're all loosey goosey here. You're totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to in-game view right now. Move this aside here.
Let's see these cosmetics.
Yeah. It's they cranked the AC. We specifically requested that the AC be cranked in the stream room because it gets really warm in here, especially with a bunch of bodies, and we have all these like new lights and all this extra hardware now. So it's like, you might have noticed. I saw someone in chat being like, "It's time to take a drink every time Andy wipes the sweat off his brow." It's like, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. So anyway, yeah. So of course, with any major update, there's going to be a bunch of like battle pass, like new battle pass and new bazaar items. One viewer noted the armor I'm wearing right now is also one of the new ones. So this is a battle pass set. I think it's actually
that looks pretty cool.
Of an Age of Conan armor set. So it if you've seen a modded version of it, it stands to
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Hi.
Is this thing on?
Hi, friend. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Hi, friend. So you can see one of our helpful thrallowers at the office here is also wearing a dyed version of the set. And then this is
the snake skin.
and the snake skin, yeah. So yeah, I'll let me just make sure I don't accidentally show off too much of.
I didn't realize everybody could hear the sound of the microphone moving.
They did.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, that was very good. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay, so we obviously we won't want to spoil too much here, so I'm not gonna like go over show off too many of the like backgrounds or anything like that. But here's like the first few pages of the battle pass that you can see here. This is the Relic Hunter armor. This was the first thrall casualty that we had during our demo. This is immediately available when upon obtaining the battle pass, and then a bunch of the sorts of placeables and things that you would expect: new banners, coins, a Relic Hunter themed shield. The central logo updates with your clan emblem as well.
That's cool.
Now that we have that tech, like we're gonna,
it's
we're trying
such
to
a
add that
badass
to
shield.
new things as we can. Also, let's see here. Going back to the pass. Let's see. Relic Hunter themed, like the whole gamut of tools. So hatchet, pick, sickle. There's a skinning knife and cleaver as well, and a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. In the bazaar, you see. Sorry, all the FPO stuff is all like placeholder stuff. So I apologize in advance. Again, this is all like beta stuff. But yeah, we'll have a whole bunch of new armor sets. We teased on social media also one of the other new building sets. I'm sorry for any confusion caused. I know some people might have thought like, oh, is this like some new way like building damage is being shown? It's not. It's a new separate building set called the War-Torn Ruins. It's based on the existing Nemedian building set, but it's a whole bunch of separate options. Let's see here. You can find it. No, wait, where is it? Oops, I'm dumb. There it is. So yeah, this is it's a full set of things. Various
interesting
various forms of destroyed wall and rubble and decay, destroyed foundations. If you just for that extra destroyed aesthetic. And then of course what you saw here is the full pyramid set. So this is also its own full set with various types of foundations. Of course, the decoration foundation with the hieroglyphics on each side that you can cycle around, various pillar types, as well as support for secret passages that we will. Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh,
what's this?
so
It's time to
badass.
Raid some
Find yourself.
tombs.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh. Glittering prizes. Yes.
I like the walls a lot.
Yes. Yeah, and then the really nice thing about the again the really nice thing about the hieroglyphics like wall/foundation block is that there's different art on each side. This is a lot of this is repeated, but
Tomb Raider armor.
oh God, Embracer/IDOS, please don't come after us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that way if you want some variety on your walls, you can switch it up if you want to. That way you don't have like the exact same pattern here. This is what we did here, so you can avoid this by swapping things around. Oh yeah, new treasures. That's right. So yeah, we got a bunch of your feedback on the existing coin pile. So we're actually doing we're doing another pass on that to make that look extra pretty and extra glittering. But we do also have new treasure piles that include
It looks pretty good.
various
Though.
other things like gems and other pretty things. New tapestry, new carpet, a sarcophagus. Unfortunately, not a bed. This is something that was brought up.
Oh,
I wanted to be a bed, but it's not.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. There is, however, let's see. There's also a new emote that kind of ties into that, but
Yeah, mummy included.
actually, wait, hold on.
Huh? Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
So yeah, this is another. This is called the Embalming Wrap Set, and this is also going to be featured in the available for people from the Battle Pass. So yes, you can in fact walk like a mummy if you want. Unfortunately, yeah, you can't get in the sarcophagus. That was the first thing I wanted in my wish list, but alas, we'll see. Let's see. There is a new gem. There is a new little cute little gem placeable as well. Little shimmering ruby. Yeah, just a nice little pretty thing. I'm just gonna right on his face. There we go. Very good. It's got a big old ruby clown nose now. Very good.
That's great.
Okay. We'll have a new Acer Chieftain set as well. Pardon the 4 placement only placeholder icons. So yeah, this is a nice heavy armor set with a cape.
It's pretty badass.
And also a warhammer. And I think also I believe so. This is the King of the Hill bundle that'll be on the bazaar, and I think also it comes with a polar bear. All right, it's not up on this list yet. Let's see here if I can get the Chief Boy.
Yeah, no capes.
No capes. Oh, I don't remember what it's called. Ugh. Oh, here it is. Oops. Well, I spawned it as an enemy, but anyway, this is what it looks like. It's fine. Oh no. Okay, cool. So it's just
he's after your treasure.
He wants my treasure. Yeah. So no animal purges. Sorry, but yeah. So this will be a new polar bear pet skin that'll come with the bundle as well.
Who tatting up polar bears?
Hey, what a good boy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I think I saw in chat also. I think one of the other bits of feedback that we got was the perpetual scribbling that you hear next to the accountant. That's something that's the pain point that we're aware of. So we'll think.
Got so much to write.
I know.
It's fan fiction.
God.
With who? Who knows?
Because the great Mecha Moses Conan.
Now we're talking.
AO3. Yeah. Can I romance the bear? No, I'm sorry. Not out of the box, at least. We won't. If there's any intrepid modders that want to do that, we won't. I guess we won't stop you.
I won't stop you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's actually also now a wearable bearer pack. Let's see here. Do I have it? I don't. Oh yeah, someone was also asking, are those new chakrams? Yes, they are.
That's sick.
This will also be, I believe, in the battle pass. But yeah, so this is a whole like relic hunter themed, it's part of the whole like relic hunter themed like stuff that we have in the battle pass as well. So this is a chakram. It's an agility weapon. Has like mostly, yeah, it's a chakram. Has mostly like punch daggery style moveset. Applies bleed on heavy attacks. The good stuff, and it looks rad.
Someone was asking what is in your number 7 hotbar?
my number 7 hop. Oh yeah, this is the mercenary banner that we purchased from the mercenary captain when we rescued him earlier in the purge like demo. So you plonk one down, and then it spawns a bunch of helpers. The idea here is it's like extra like on-demand defenses, like in case you're getting overrun or something like that by the purge. I'm not off the top of my head. I don't know how strong they are, but they should be consummate with. Let's see. With the difficulty that you get, or they should be able to stand their ground.
Are we showing the whole battle pass? Or
no, I don't want to show the entire battle pass just because, I mean, if it's available on the public beta, then sure. I don't think it is, but I want to avoid showing the whole thing off. Like, I'd love to show all the items off, but I don't want to show all the backgrounds off or anything like that, just because, people who really want to see that for themselves or unlock that for themselves. That you can. I'd rather save the surprise for y'all there. I don't want to spoil too much.
Nice backpack, nerd.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
great.
Yeah, it's just I have extremely powerful shove me into a locker energy right now. I understand. I know. Okay, so it's not on beta right now. So I'm reluctant to do that on stream right now, just because I don't. I want to avoid spoilers, and I'd rather. I'd rather just be on the safe side. So sorry, guys. You just have to wait a month. Let's see. I don't know if there's a new mount per se.
Does the cape have an emblem on it?
The cape should have an emblem on it. I think that's supposed to update to your clan emblem, but it doesn't seem to be. That doesn't seem to be working right now. I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a clan emblem. But that's not hooked up currently. I think during the beta. Okay. What else did I want to show off? Okay, yeah. There's the Vendian Treasure Hunter set also.
Sounds meh.
This is, I think some of you might have seen a glimpse of this, but this is a bizarre item set. And in addition to this, of course, there'll be new, other new clan emblems and tattoo or war paints and sprays that you can lay down as well. Show us the mummy armor again. Yeah, sure. Yes. Oh, rip.
Now I want a flying carpet. Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
That sounds like
awesome.
a great mod. Let's see. Do the signs on the foundations? So, and then just to reiterate, also, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the stream, and I appreciate folks in chat, keeping people updated. But, I know we acknowledge 2 really hot issues right now are some creatures, a lot of large creatures being just completely invisible, especially on consoles. That's a weird texture streaming issue with this middleware that we have. That unfortunately the company, the company that created the middleware was acquired by a different company who makes a different engine, and so now it's oh cool. So we sometimes run into problems with it, and that's what's causing the invisible animals. Those things, it's kind of a pain, unfortunately. Obviously, for you as players, it sucks, but it's also pretty tedious to try and track down all that stuff on our end. So it takes a little bit of time to actually get that all done. So thanks for sticking with us and for your patience on that. But we think we've tracked down most of the issues, and that should be fixed in this update when it goes live. Additionally, we know of a client crash in the southern area of SIPTA that is also very well known and will also be fixed in the Age of War Chapter 2 update when it launches on September 21st.
Neat.
Yeah. Dance for me, Andy. IRL or my character? Don't answer that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to dance for you right now. Maybe I will. Who knows? Hey. Okay. I think that covers most of the things that we wanted to talk about and show off. Again, the public beta client, you can see almost all this stuff for yourself right now. If you open up your Steam library, go search for Conan Exiles public beta. It's a separate, copy of the game. Yeah, it's a separate client that you install, and then that'll direct you to this version, and then have at it. Start some purges. Let us know what you think. Please let us have it, because we're really excited about this update. We think it's really important to have repeatable on-demand content like this that you can do in smaller bite-sized chunks for folks. And so we just really want this to be as good as as best as it can be. So please let us know how it goes. Okay. Just reading chat super quick. Let's swap back to us so you can see our our beautiful faces here. I'm being photobombed. Yes, I was being photobombed by our friends here. Yes. Hello. Hey. Hey. Very good. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. I think that does cover it. Running out of time ourselves here. We got to get back to things. We have a playtest later today that we want to also join up. Also,
that's right.
I think
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So
the official forums are open. Like, if you guys have feedback for there, please go there.
yes. I think it should still be in the clipboard. If you can you just Control V into chat there. It should be the URL for the beta patch notes. Yeah. So one last time, I'm gonna be linking the public beta patch notes in chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. Go have a read through those to digest all the changes that are coming up. And then, yeah, just let us know there. Just let us know on the forum just what you think. So,
yeah.
if we didn't get a chance to answer your question, I'm sorry. There's a lot coming in. Please message us on the forums or anywhere or on Reddit. We do read those, so just let us know what you think. I can't get to everything here right now, but thank you all so much for joining us.
Yeah. Big shout out to our support team in chat.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, big thanks to Valkyrie and Aurora helping us out here.
Happy birthday, Shupa.
Happy birthday, Shupa. Yeah.
And whoever else's birthday's today. There was actually a lot of people that said that today was their birthday, so.
We have a meme in the office also where every day is Nicole's birthday.
Oh yeah.
So we all.
And I feel really bad because there's a lot of people who actually think it's my birthday every time that joke rolls
I
around.
know.
So
They're like, oh
it's
my
your
god, happy
I'm just
birthday! It's like,
oh,
no, it's
so
a dumb.
Sorry. Sometimes I have to roll with it and just be like, oh, thank you, thanks.
we have fun comers in chat wishing you a happy birthday, Nicole. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, Fredos. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This has been an exciting and also somewhat like, I always get a little bit stressed out for all the live streams, but thank you all for joining us today. Y'all have been great. I hope you're as excited as we are about this update, and we're looking forward to all your feedback and comments and other ways you can help us make the game better together. So thank you. Clink, clink.
Sorry. Okay.
Any closing remarks from you?
Nope, those are mine.
Cool. Well, again, my name is Andy.
I'm Nicole.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. The nameplates.
Yeah, the nameplates are gone right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't switch it up
Got
from when you came
Okay.
over. But yeah, so well, here
Am I Andy?
you're now on screen
there we
instead of
go.
off screen. But that's
That's me.
Nicole. We're community managers here at Funcom, so we're at the front lines reading your comments. So
Be
thank
nice
you
to
again.
me. I'm fragile.
Yeah, please, we're humans. Please.
Fragile.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay, anyway, yeah. So thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Get on the beta, hack it apart. Let us know what you think. We're gonna leave you at that.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all. Bye. Boop.
All right, well, there you have it. If you want to see any future live streams, videos, content updates,